big one. Cool. Shalom. This is the Isupk, the Black, Hispanic, and Native people, that they are the Most High's true. Now, loving each other is a beautiful thing. But what the world seems to not understand is that love is supposed to be direct. Our enemies don't care nothing about us. So, depending on them for anything just shows our weakness. It displays a weakness, which is why we continue to say we are slaves in this country. Y'all will not understand it till y'all actually really know it. Alright, I'm about to get some shares. Got any questions, type the Wednesday law class. And what we do in the law class, I mean, I'm Priest and Officer of 500 Ricard Ariar. And what we do is we teach how to love one another, which is something that the Christian church don't. I tell Black and Hispanic and Native people how to love each other. Other nations have. And then take care of this share seat and So bear with me a second. If you got any questions, then y'all know the Bible. I understand. Y'all understand the Bible. And y'all need to get in all black. Get in all black, get it in. Alright, any questions? Wednesday law class, the Isupk Wednesday law class. And what we do is we teach the Black, Hispanics, and Native people the law according to the Bible out of Boston. And we're going to get into it. If you got any questions now, later, type them on in. But we're going to start off with Ecclesiasticus in the 12th verse 10 through 14. See, what people don't understand is that this voting is a form. You trust people who are shot, tarred and feathered you. You trust people that cut the babies out of your mother's stomach. You trust people who will put their knee on the back of your neck till you suffocate to death. Trust, you are showing a weakness. You're supposed to be dependent on your sisters. You're supposed to be dependent on your own people. Ecclesiasticus 12 and 10. That just says, it says, never trust thine enemies. There's been a war going on forever, for a very long time, between our people and every other nation on this planet. What's about to happen? Y'all think the media is Black, Hispanic, and Native people. So let me inform you, there is a race war going on right now. It's been going on for years. You think slavery was literally an act of war. So you're literally trusting your enemy by doing such thing. You know what I'm saying? So it's his wickedness is for sure going to show. While you trust in your enemy, you want to vote for him. His wickedness is for sure going to show. You know what I'm saying? That thing, while you begging for housing and cheaper made buildings that's going to fall apart in a year, he's going to stuff drugs and guns into that neighborhood. He want to make y'all fight each other and kill each other. That's what he got. You know what I'm saying? And that's what voting does. It's showing that you trust him to lead you. You know what I'm saying? But let's continue. Though he died, that he's for the black cause, he got you believing all that. But let me tell you something. When I see all these people talking, speaking about black dollar hard, it's not black lives that matter, it's the black dollar that matters. They want your black dollar. They don't care about your life. Right to them. They don't care about your life. They care about your dollar. ever to rule. Like Biden, you're a coon. If you're voting for Trump, you're a coon. Well, how about this? If you're voting at all, you're a coon. There's not a white person in politics into. That's why they out there humbling themselves, knocking over statues. Come back and hit us twice as hard. This will show, but let's continue. Repeat of it. Take note of what he's doing. You see them, they the ones that's actually vandalizing and breaking into these stores. So we going for it. Open door to some free loot. Who opened those doors? It wasn't us. For it. So take note. Take heed to that. Doing all this vandalism and breaking, stay away from it. He is not looking right because they are very uncivilized. They don't know how to act. And thou shalt know that his rust hath not been altogether wiped away. So you wiping a looking glass, you start seeing things clearly, and then you start noticing. You know what I'm saying? That's how it is at your enemies. You know what I'm saying? She broke. You may believe that, but look deep. They are showing their wickedness. You know what I'm saying? If they really cared, they'll leave us alone. They'll mind their business. You know what I'm saying? They'll let us to fix none of this that's going on right now. There's still brothers getting hung from trees. Still brothers getting hung from trees right now because you believe that this is actually helping something. Thoughts, you know what I'm saying? And doing so, you know what I'm saying? That's when the confusion comes in. You know what I'm saying? But let's continue. When he hath overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place. Like, understand this. That's what they always wanted anyway. You know what I'm saying? We fought for that equal employment opportunity, and who's benefit from it? Who's benefit from it? It's not us. They have white women benefit from it more than opportunity also. So everything that's to our detriment. You know what I'm saying? But let's continue. Lest he seek to take thy seat. Y'all out there, and right now y'all probably like, man, what they talking about? But then you like he's gonna call rape on you. Some Karen's gonna call the police on you, and you across your head. And you gonna. Some brothers gotta go through a little. But let's continue. Verse 13. Who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent? Y'all trust our enemy. Get close every time. I just seen a story. It's not even a legit story, but it's paperwork that got proved. Tart and found out recently that he was in an interracial relationship. Suspect in that brother's murder is a suspect. Never sleep with your enemy, man. George Stinney. You know what I'm saying? The way. You know what I'm saying? That white or black man dies. It's my brother the middle finger and everything. He was just trying to get some understanding why she did it. And she was saying he was attacking him. He was attacking her because he had a camera. Never. You know what I'm saying? But let's continue. You have no opinion. You've done your part. You can't say nothing about what happens. You participate. Does not participate. This is not our system. We knew it. Our enemies. We should be complaining about what our enemy does to us. You know what I'm saying? But let's continue. Or any such as come nigh, or that's come near, close to. Person that goes next to a bear. Nobody pitied the animal tamer. So when you're out there, you holding hands with your enemy, and that thing you know, you getting arrested. The FBI. Now you might be catching fat. Who feels bad for a person that votes? You know what I'm saying? You came near your enemy. You chose that person to lead us. Now that snake and that enemy betrays you, or you not wise. Let's continue. Down to verse 16. No, let's finish. Sinner and is defiled with him. So the white man naturally is. He is naturally a sinner. So everything he does will be wicked, which is a nightmare for us. The brother being thrown in jail, and who knows what's going on with it. Every vote you take is a sister on a stripper pole. Every vote you take is a brother selling drugs. Every vote you take is brother and handling our own business on our own. That's exactly what vote, you know what I'm saying? An enemy speaking sweetly, you know what I'm saying? They love black people and Juneteenth into a paid holiday, things they possibly can. But let's continue. Let's see what the scriptures say. But in his heart he imagineth how to throw thee into a pit. Literally a trap. You out there actually taking what he's saying like it's like it's valid. Like he don't have a trick up his sleeve. What came with those cheaper housing? He put all that in those communities to kill. All that reservation, you have nothing but death. You know what I'm saying? He already else more than us. You know, from that. And I emphasize the it. They threw our in jail because we begged for cheaper housing. Yeah. But let's continue out there. They out there crying, but let's continue. And that's where all these hangers come in, enemy. And you believe those crocodiles. And now we getting brothers are getting dragons and drunk, seeing things reported. But let's drop that. Let's give you some time to get there. Matter of fact, it's funny. Y'all believe your enemy is you believe he will fight for you. But let me tell you something. He will not fight for you, and you putting your trust in him to fight for you is just it's an insult to the Most High. It's an insult to the Most High. It's a very disgusting view. It's not the way that we are supposed to be. 14 shall fight for you. Begging for your, you know what I'm saying? Holding your peace. Holding your hands, and you don't have trust in the Lord to fight for you. You want Donald Trump or Biden to fight for you. You want whoever is up in your state senate. They're not going to fight for you. They're not. Black, Hispanic, woman. It's not in our it's not in their best interest, because we will lose the bottom of the joint. Matter of fact, we're gonna, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna go back to Ecclesiasticus chapter 40. Oh, let me put it up in here. We're gonna go into it a bit. You know what I'm saying? Because we can't be, but we're dependent on things. Tell them, what is their response when argument? What you literally trust them to lead you. But let's get into it. Ecclesiasticus 40 and 28. My son, lead not a beggar's life. What does it mean to lead a beggar's life? You know that brother that you might see in front of a. You see a brother out there, you know, begging for. What that brother's life is like? He is literally begging other people to live. He's dependent. You know what I'm saying? He is not doing it on his own. You know what I'm saying? And it's one thing when you're doing it amongst your people, to your enemy. It's going to get a little same, but let's get into it. My son, lead not a beggar's life, for it is better. Let me repeat. For it is better. We have no standards. We have to, for our lives to matter, lead us and consider us. It's literally better of him. Verse 29. The life of a life. Like y'all. I know men understand that. But for some reason, eating at another man's table, you know what that tells you? That tells you eat. That's why when we was in the heart ate whatever he decided to give us that. He gave us. Then to, but let's get into it a little further. Doing yourself for other men's meat. His meat might not be for you. His meat, we put it like this: the white man's meat is not for us. It is not for us. The eating the crafts, you know what I'm saying? A piece of his pie in Hollywood, and he decided to make his own studio. He understood the scripture. Believe me, that's about as far as my compliments. Working within their system was not beneficial. So he separated and got his own studio, which is bigger than any of theirs, which is what we should be doing. It's only going to happen if we stop considering us to depend on each other. The more we will come together as a people. But the problem is, you got some of us that is scared, literally scared to struggle, when that is literally our only option. You know what I'm saying? Literally our only option. But let's continue. Any gifts that they try to give, beware of it. He will not take part in their little voting and talking about Black Lives Matter. He will not fall for it. Begging is sweet in the mouth of the shameless. Only a shameless person would beg. A person with no pride and integrity. I can see if you're without and you out. What? It's been over 70 years. Same thing, marching, protesting for the same thing, and you still ain't get it. You know what they say, the definition, y'all keep on marching as if it's going to do something special. Y'all keep on voting as if it's going to do something special. Maybe as if, you know what I'm saying? You're going to, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Thinking that he's for you. He ain't for you. He ain't for you at all. You know, go to the actual law of voting. Let's go to the actual law of voting. Do the team. Others that, you know, democracy? Nah. We are not a democracy. But let's get into it. Any wise set a king over thee. Understand that, but it gets into detail. Not be set no king over us. Period. And yes, presidents are kings. Though we're not in a monarchy, president is the leader of the king over thee. Who chooses our leader. Do not do that. The type of people the Lord, the Most High is going to choose somebody that is an Israelite, that is a Black, Hispanic, and Native person to be king over us. That's his doing. That's his way of doing it. Who was going to know what that was? A lot of bloodshed to prove who the Lord was with. Thou mayest not set a stranger over thee. We can't have no strangers over us. Let me tell you something. You're Joe Biden's a stranger. You're Donald Trump, because Barack Obama is not us. Because all that's them over us. We keep on desiring. Let's continue. You see the word stranger in the scripture. Stranger can mean a brother that is not from your land or you're unfamiliar with, but he's still an Israelite by birth. You know what I'm saying? Or who's not of this nation, period. Now, how do I know which is which? Because it literally said, which is not an Israelite. You know what I'm saying? But let's continue. Verse 16. Here's more qualifications of this king. Egypt. Now, let me what's a modern day horse? Cars. So this is not be seeking money. His main of American politics. Their goal is to make more and more money. Not about our goals and needs or wants, no. Nor multiply horses to itself, nor cause the people to return to Egypt. Now that's a big one. Because all Black politicians are urging you to vote, and that urge for you to vote is literally another way of returning us to what Egypt was able to provide. You know what I'm saying? So they wanted Egypt to provide. They wanted Egypt to lead. They wanted Egypt to guide. You are returning to America. You know what I'm saying? That's the, you know what I'm saying?